Good blessed Friday morning, August the 4th, 2023. It's about 5 o'clock a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything I say or do or anything I produce on social internet. That's your prerogative. You have rights to the United States Constitution, such as the 1st, 14th, and many more amendments. I come today, normally when I show my security cameras, it's some type of crime that's being committed at the time. It is crimes is being committed, but not at this particular time as I show my security cameras. I show my security cameras to those that's woke, as some of my enemies that take me to court says, that I said I'm woke. I'm very woke, awakened to what's going on, not only just in this world, but especially here in the United States, specifically here in Southeast Missouri and in Southern Illinois, in Carbondale, Illinois, and in Charles, Missouri, Mississippi County. You notice the weather. Some people just look at it as just being rain, thundering, and lightning. Yesterday, on Throwback Thursday, I was in Sykes, Missouri, about 15 miles south of Charles, Missouri. And I noticed something that I haven't noticed before. But some of the main streets from this rain was flooding. Charles, Missouri, in this area, it floods a lot. But I see it as being a sign from God with all these things that's happening. All these battles that I've been fighting. I was in Walmart yesterday, Thursday, August the 3rd. And while I was in Walmart shopping, black and white people stopped me as I was talking to the one black female. She called my name and a white female came up. I didn't know her name at the time. And she said, "Can I shake your hand? I've been wanting to meet you for the longest." I said, "It's not concerning my YouTubes, is it?" And she said, "I'm going to let you know, I agree 90% with your YouTubes. I don't agree with everything, but 90%. You're hitting facts. You're telling the truth." We had a long conversation. She agreed with the crimes that's happening in Charles, Missouri, not just with some law enforcement officials, City Hall, but with some of these black organizations and groups that's getting this government grant money. You see, yesterday also I went up to the courthouse, the 33rd Circuit's court here in Mississippi County, Charles, Missouri, to pick up a DVD from a trial that I just went to on July the 28th, 2023, when someone was taking me to court saying that they was terrified of me. 3 judges dismissed her emergency protection order, and the case was heard. I represented myself. She represented herself, but she had her dad, her mom, her husband, and the advocate from the Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center there with her. After the little trial or hearing, the judge said he would take it under consideration and get back with us through the mail. But on that same day, the judge actually made the decision when I got the paperwork back. But when I got the paperwork back in the mail, it showed me some change once the clerk that had been there, the circuit court clerk that had been there for years, Miss Dottie, and I give her a thumbs up. She ran the circuit court legitimately. Anything that I came up there for that I had a right to get, she gave it to me, and it was the way it's supposed to be. Since this other administration came in, when I got my letter in the mail of the judge's decision, it wasn't even stamped and filed. All it was just signed by the clerk. Wasn't no stamp on it at all. And I went up and asked the clerk about it, and she told me that this is the way that they do it. I've been coming up and in and out of that court for years. Paperwork filed against me filing paperwork, and anything that you get from a court proceedings, whether you win or lose, there is a stamp, a sealed stamp on it saying when this was filed. She said if I want her to stamp it, she will. It's not a question that what I want. It's a question that what should have been done. If it don't supposed to be done, then why did you stamp it when I brought it back up there? But yesterday I went up to pick up the DVD of the trial. I came home and put the DVD in to listen to the trial. It was 4 different tracks. The trial wasn't no more than about 10 minutes, give or take. And it was all out of sequence. And I took it back up and told her about it. She said she did it the way the state told her to do it. If you're appealing a trial, a court proceedings, and you looking at the transcripts is no different than the recording. The recording would actually be in the sequence that it's in, just like now. Me making this YouTube right now is at about 8 minutes and 19 seconds. Now, it wouldn't go back to when I first came and started greeting y'all at this particular time at the 8-minute marker, because I didn't greet y'all at the 8-minute marker. And for a while, me and this lady was in a discussion, and I just said, and if an attorney would have came and picked this up, it wouldn't have been like that. So she took it back and said she gonna let some people look at it. I don't care who she let look at it. When I was she said she wasn't at the trial. I was at the trial, and I know what was said, and I know the sequence that it went in. And that's not the sequence that the DVD in. I have plenty of them at the house. All of them is in the sequence that is happening. You see? But anyway, another thing, it's been over 160 days since I filed a complaint against the police here in Charleston, Missouri, with the chief of police and the city manager. And I'm yet to get my response back. I keep going up asking the chief for my response. He told the city council mayor here in Charleston, Missouri, that it takes 60 days. That's 2 months. It's been over 5 months now, and he still haven't given it to me. in Carbondale, Illinois, the chief of police, he sent me an email a day or so ago saying that he will be willing to meet me with me. I've been asking him that for over 800 and some days. But the time that he's talking about meeting me, people won't be able to make it. But when he be at these meetings with Carbondale United, Women for Change, and all these other people that's not doing a doggone thing in Carbondale, Illinois, but getting grant money and attention from the news, he have it when it's convenient for them, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and have the news media with him. This is concerning my son who was found hung. I'm saying this, and I'm going to let Carbondale, Illinois know, Charles, Missouri know. One thing about all this that y'all doing, you see how this lightning and rain is coming down. It's only one particular source can make this come down, and that's God. You see, God see what y'all doing and has done to me and my family over the years. If you look back in 1977, a bunch of cowards, blacks, couldn't face the fact that my oldest brother, who was 21, just turned 21, was in a fist fight with a coward individual called himself some type of chief in a gang that was bullying people in Cabrini Green, where we grew up at in the row houses. And my brother went head up with it. Now, he's supposed to be a killer. He's supposed to be a chief. He's supposed to be somebody that everybody's supposed to bow down to. But my mother didn't raise none of her 9 children to bow down to nobody but God. But my brother whooped this guy with his fists, head up. Couldn't take the whooping. Now, this is a killer, y'all, a chief. Had some of his coward friends tell my brother, I was in prison then. If I was out, I would probably be on death row or been executed by now. But he had his coward friends tell my brother, and my brother trusted him. Had him to come back down there and said that they wanted to mend things. Shot him down like an animal 4 times in the back, once in the back of the head. I want you people in Carbondale, Illinois, law enforcement, all of y'all that's crooked, if the shoe fit, wear it. Carbondale, Illinois, if the shoe fit, wear it. But you know, these individuals that murdered my brother like an animal, my mother asked me not to get revenge, and I was going for revenge. She said, let God handle it. You see how God bringing this rain down, these floods, this thunder and lightning? God handled it. The shooter OD'd, the alleged shooter OD'd. Him and about 3 or 4 other individuals off of heroin. 6 years later, on the same month and date that he killed my brother August the 3rd, 1977, August the 3rd, 1983, he OD'd a few blocks away from where he murdered my brother like an animal. They was able to revive the other ones, but not him. My mother asked me, how did I feel about it? I told her I wasn't sad or glad because he couldn't bring him back, my brother back. Some of his coward friends that set my brother up, they died violently, trying to take something from somebody else. They took my brother's life, helped take my brother's life. My message to y'all in Carbondale, Illinois, that's been covering up my son's death. All this paperwork y'all sending me, telling me, other agencies saying y'all did a thorough investigation. If you did a thorough investigation, a dead body is hung in the hallway with no shirt on, pants, one of the pants pockets turned inside out. White female find claims she found his shirts on another side of the building on the 3rd floor, while he on the other side of the building on the 3rd floor hung. Another female claims she found a wallet. Another female spending his food stamp 39 days after he dead. All of them white. And you didn't take nobody down out of neither one of those buildings down to the station and interrogate them. Didn't have the scene secured. I got document proof you didn't. But you see, just like them individuals thought they got away with killing my brother, because see, one of their family members was a precinct captain. The other one was his other parent was a bailiff in the Cook County jail. So they had political ties, like they got political ties here. The sheriff here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, Brent Farrell, big name here. Police Chief Robert Hearns, big name here. Stan Reno in Carbondale, Illinois, him and some of the other, he's white, but in the other blacks that's in political positions. One thing about it, you see, y'all ain't taking a good look at all these people that been doing me and my family wrong. You see, one prosecuting attorney refused to prosecute people, and they thought it was funny the way these people was doing me and my children's here in Charleston, Missouri. But God sent that particular prosecuting attorney, he's in the cemetery. A judge that falsely convicted me when I went up against Lester Gillespie, another big name here, a felon that they let run just about this whole town, put fear in the people besides me and my family. The judge found me guilty of harassment when I'm doing what I'm doing right now, what I have a constitutional right to do, to video anything in the public. That judge ain't on the bench no more. He lost. Another judge that didn't do his job, he had a massive heart attack, but he recovered. And hopefully he do his job right. But I'm going to leave it at this here. Even though I haven't gotten justice for my son, even though Robert Hearns won't give me the papers that I have a right to have, this should show y'all here in Charleston, Missouri, that the mayor and city council don't run City Hall. Robert Hearns run it. Because if he did, they the one can hire and fire him, and they know about this situation and ain't doing a doggone thing about it. You see what I'm saying? The county commissioners see what Brent Farrell is doing, hiring John Blakely, a police that the Supreme Court said is a disgrace to law enforcement, who falsified documents that sent a man, David Robertson of Sykes in Missouri, to prison for 18 years. He was doing life, 18 years, falsifying a murder case on him. He resigned, but guess where he go to? From Sykes in Missouri, Scott County, to over here with Brent Farrell and some of the other crooks in the Mississippi County Sheriff Department here in Charleston, Missouri. Brent Farrell goes to court and go back up his captain, Barry Morgan, who the Illinois State Police arrested for official misconduct and battery, stemming from beating up a suspect. He pled guilty. They let him plead guilty to the lesser charge. But yet, Brent Farrell keeping him on the job. But yet, when Brent Farrell's head jailer and his wife was arrested, he immediately fired them. And their case is still going on. You're supposed to be innocent until proven otherwise. But that go to show you Brent Farrell, Stan Reno, Robert Hearns, they not people that should have badges. They are people that should be in prison somewhere. You see, They tell me people done looked at my son's case that got 17 years of experience with the Illinois State Police Criminal Department. It was a lady on January the 6th, Wednesday, January the 6th, 2021, in Washington, D.C., that was among them racist Ku Klux Klans that stormed the Capitol, who, if it was black or Spanish people, they'd have been shot down dead. They would have called it a riot. This lady was 15 years in the Air Force. But look what she went up there to do. God didn't allow her to finish what she came to do. Her life was taken. Look at all them other state police, Capitol Police, military personnel that was there on Wednesday, January the 21st. January the 6th, 2021. That was amongst those individuals that caused the death of 5 or 6 individuals at that Capitol with what they was doing. It's hard for me to trust law enforcement officials now. It's a few that I do trust. It's hard for me to trust preachers now. It's a few that I do trust. But I'm going to tell y'all this here. When me and that white lady was talking yesterday in Walmart, August the 3rd, 2023, she let me see something that I already confirmed. It's not a white or a black thing, because you got blacks doing the same thing some of the whites is doing. It's a human being thing. It's about what's right. And what's right is John Blakely shouldn't be on the sheriff department. He shouldn't be even able to carry a gun, period. Barry Morgan shouldn't be either. But I'm going to leave it at this here. God see all that y'all did to my son. God seen all that y'all did here in Charles, Missouri. You see some of the people that was attacking me and my family. You see the federal government got some of them. Y'all look at that rain. Don't be fearful of that, because the Bible says it won't be water, but it'll be fire next time. Peace be still.